Hello my friends, welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. If you're somebody who's brand new to this channel and you love pro wrestling, and let's be honest, if you do love pro wrestling, that's the reason why you click this video, or else you wouldn't click the video. If you like pro wrestling, subscribe to this channel. We're posting every single week. We're reviewing Raw, we review SmackDown. Sometimes we talk about NXT, but always, definitely, we cover the PLEs. And tonight, we're talking about Monday Night Raw. Oh man, my friends. Oh man, oh man. By the way, unrelated to wrestling, and I know this is a wrestling channel, but did any of you watch Deadpool and Wolverine? Man, I love that movie. That was like a fantastic movie. If I would rate it, it's up there. For me, it's like a 9 out of 10, maybe even a 10 out of 10. I don't know. I'll say 9 out of 10. I know it's unrelated, but there's got to be, some of you have to like some other things other than wrestling, right? It can't just be wrestling, right? Is it? If it is, if all you like is wrestling and you don't like anything else, I respect it. Hats off to you. Whatever. I'm all on board with it. That's cool. But believe me, when I tell you guys that I appreciate you and you always want to check in on me and you always support me, and I tell you I support you, that I'm for real about that. I would love to hear about things that are going on in your life. If you would like to talk about it or post about it or send an email about it, and even if you send an email, I don't even have to read it on the video. It could just be you and I communicating. I would love that. Let me know things that are going on, something cool that you did, something that you accomplished, a big move or a big purchase or a big accomplishment in life, something like that. Believe me, I am here for it. This is our channel. This is our community. We are a family here now. I probably shouldn't say family like that with the Wyatt Six going around targeting families, but you get what I'm saying. I appreciate all of you. I care about what's going on with all of you, just like you all care about things that I have to say about WWE. So without me blabbering on and on and on, let's get into what happened on Monday Night Raw. I took a lot of notes because, I don't know, I feel like my notes are getting longer every single week now, but I know I'm not going to cover every single little thing, but I'm probably going to hit all the things that I think are the most important that happened on Raw. Maybe I'll toss in a couple of things here and there. I mean, we all have the normal big storylines on Raw, right? Like the Punk and Drew thing, the Rhea and Liv thing, the Wyatt Six stuff. Like I'll hit on that kind of thing, and then maybe I'll add in some stuff afterwards. But Monday Night Raw starts off. We got Seth Rollins in there coming down in a custom referee shirt. Like if he wears that at the pay-per-view, that'd be pretty sweet. But it was a cool looking referee little getup he had there. We get a nice little segment. We get a good promo here between Seth, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre. Again, this is one of the ones where I feel like I'm not sure if it was scripted or not, or if all of it was all scripted, or if they had some kind of freedom to go around saying whatever they wanted. But whatever it was, they delivered it very well. Some key hits, some key points here from Drew, some key points from Punk. They kind of hit each other where it hurt a little bit, and I'm liking this a lot. My only gripe, and it's not even too much of a gripe, it's a question of whether does Seth Rollins even really need to be in this match? Like, I don't know. I would have been fine if it was just Punk and Drew and that's it. Like, I would have been okay if there's no Seth Rollins element. But with Seth being in there, it's fine. It adds another layer. I'm not mad at it, but I could have gone either way here. Let me know what you think. Are you cool with Rollins being in it, or would you prefer he's not in this story? One cool line I did like was when Drew said that he won't stop until CM Punk's heart does. That one hit. I was like, damn. And then Punk said something like, I'm your enemy, but I'm not even your worst enemy. You're your own worst enemy. I'm like, damn. Okay, a couple of cool liners here. They're definitely going to put these in a video package with the hype video. On board for this rivalry. And like I've been saying in other videos, this match could easily main event SummerSlam. Easily. But I don't know if it will. I think Cody might main event. I actually think last week on SmackDown, Cody mentioned that he's going to be in the main event against Solo. So, I don't know. Anybody who's thinking Roman might show up, or Jimmy or something, if Cody is main eventing SummerSlam, maybe that happens, which I'm going to make a whole separate video. We're going to talk about predictions for SummerSlam. Tonight is just Monday Night Raw, so I'm going to stick to that. But, man, Punk and Drew, I am here for it. And I'm down. I'm hoping Punk just stays healthy coming out of this thing. We get a shot to the back. We get the what do they call it? Their clubhouse, the Judgment Day's clubhouse. Apparently, it's been trashed. It's been, spray painted everywhere. There's a poster of Judgment Day, and everybody's got like X's on their faces and everything like that. Except, and I don't know if you guys caught it, but I peeped it. On that poster, everybody's face is written on. It's X'd out or whatever. The only person's face who hasn't been touched was Finn Balor. What does that mean? What are we about to see? Is Liv Morgan and Finn Balor working together? They been working together all along? I don't know. Was it a coincidence that Balor's face wasn't touched? I don't know. I feel like something is up. WWE likes to give us these Easter eggs. They like to tell, we always say we got to pay attention to every single little thing here. If you listen to Sam Roberts, I'm not sure how many of you watch or listen to Sam Roberts' podcast, but one of his rules on his show is everything counts. And we will follow the similar path here on Wicked Bitter because everything matters. Everything matters. They definitely have proven in the past that we have to be paying attention to everything. So that is something I peeped. I wonder if it's going to mean anything or if it was just a silly coincidence. Cool moment. We got the Creed brothers versus Otis and Tozawa. They beat them, and then after the match, there was like a little bit of a beat down on Otis happening. Maxine gets in there. She slaps Gable in the face. She puts her dukes up, ready to square up with Master Gable. Gable slowly approaches her. The lights go out. Maxine dips out of there. The Wyatt song starts to hit. Love it. It was a cool moment. They appear up top. No Uncle Howdy. It was just Dexter, Gacy, and Rowan. They start walking down to the ring. They get up on the apron. They finally remove the masks. This is awesome. Now we're getting some progress here. They take the masks off. They're about to get in the ring. Gable turns around. And when he turns around, Nikki Cross from up top on the rope jumps off, hits a crossbody. Then Gacy, Loomis, and Rowan get in the ring, and they start beating down on the Creed brothers. Gable, manages to escape, and as he's walking up the ramp, the lights are still dim, and then that blue beam of a light comes up from behind him, and it's Uncle Howdy. Gable turns around, sees Uncle Howdy, and then he dips out of there. Cool segment. We finally get some kind of physicality here between, Loomis, Gacy, and Rowan. We finally get to see them get their hands on somebody and do something here. Very cool, very cool. I like it. Good progress. And then we actually get a vignette later on. I'll just touch on it now of Dexter Loomis. And some things were said in that promo. I want to read what it was saying there. It was a vignette of Dexter. Some of the quotes was saying, "Just looking for mercy," which we all know, right? Dexter Loomis has been wearing Mercy the Buzzard mask, which I thought was pretty interesting. Another quote says, "Look at what you've become. What should they do when the buzzards start circling?" And then Dexter, who never really spoke in the past, finally says something. He yells out, "Run." Thought that was pretty cool. Short, to the point. Since we're talking about the Wyatt Six, Gable goes up to Pierce. He wants a match against them next week. Hey, this is going to be interesting, man. It's been confirmed. We get Gable and the Creed brothers versus Dexter Loomis, Joe Gacy, and Eric Rowan next week on Raw. It's not happening at SummerSlam. That's just interesting to me, but it's all right. We'll get it on Monday Night Raw next week. Very interested in that match. I mean, I definitely think Wyatt Six are going to beat them, no problem. But I feel like there's got to be a little more depth. There's got to be more layers to this. So I don't want it just to be the Wyatt Six showing up and just beating up people, and that's not it. And I mean, there's nothing else other than that. I mean, I would like something for us to sink our teeth into. We talk about it all the time here on Bitter. We like sinking our teeth into things. And that is something I would like to see happen for the Wyatt Six. Give me a reason to really care other than the obvious things of like Bray no longer being here and them kind of carrying out his legacy. I want to really invest in the Wyatt Six because so far, presentation, they've knocked it out of the ballpark. Quick little thing here, Bronson Reed versus Sheamus, amazing match, man. I'm telling you. Bronson Reed, underrated, dude. I swear. This guy, I want him to get something. You know how I glaze Braun Breaker on this show. I'm not going to quite glaze Bronson Reed like that, at least not yet. But I do want something for him, man. I want him to be moving up in the ladder. I want him to win some championships. I want something for Bronson Reed. The dude's too big and he's too good to get nothing. So he and Sheamus had a great match. Pete Dunne actually interferes in this match and hits Sheamus with a shillelagh, while the referee was distracted trying to untangle Bronson Reed's foot on the bottom rope, and then Reed gets up top, hits a splash, and wins the match. So, yeah, this looks like this is going to be a triangle feud here between these three, or maybe we just get Dunn versus Sheamus, but I think it's going to be all three versus one another. Interesting, cool. I'm happy Dunn's doing something. Love seeing Sheamus as a legend, and Bronson Reed picking up a big win because I think he needed it. We get a couple of... There was a few good backstage vignettes this week, but there was one of Priest, and he was kind of hyping up the match against Gunther. I don't remember all the quotes he said in that vignette, but there's a lot of things going on Raw tonight. But it was a good vignette. I really liked it. I am surprised about the build between Gunther and Priest. It's been handled a lot better than I think I actually anticipated or thought it was going to be. I actually am very interested in this match, and I didn't think it. Leading up to now, I've always thought, man, this Gunther and Priest match is going to kind of be a throwaway. It's going to be easy. Gunther's just going to win it. Now I don't know. I'm starting to second guess things a little bit here. Does Priest win? And if he doesn't, I mean, this has been built pretty nicely. The promos between one another, which is a very good sign for WWE, where you got two guys like this, Gunther and Priest. It's like a new regime, right? A new top tier level talent on their show. Going for the main card, the main title, and the main card. And you got two guys who haven't really been there before, and they're doing it now, and people are actually interested. I love that. Speaking of backstage vignettes, oh my goodness, one of the best ones I saw all night, Braun Breaker. If you are new to this channel, you have to understand something. We glaze Braun Breaker hardcore here on Wicked Bitter. I love this dude. I want this guy to win every single championship known to man at some point in his career. Awesome promo he had on Sami Zayn, saying that he didn't take him seriously, and at Money in the Bank he lost to him because he wasn't taking him seriously. But he said, hey, at SummerSlam, the joke is going to be on Sami Zayn. He thought he was wrestling a comedian the whole time. The joke's going to be on Sami, and the IC title is going to be on Braun Breaker. Oh, he delivered this thing perfectly. He read it. I mean, the way he spoke into the camera, it was just him talking to a camera. Easy. And they played some B-roll stuff or whatever, but definitely loved this from Braun Breaker. I definitely love this. I can't wait for this guy to win a championship, and I actually think it's going to happen at SummerSlam. It didn't happen in Money in the Bank, but what better way to get Braun Breaker, a new upcoming talent, the future of this company, to get a huge win at the biggest pay-per-view of the summer at SummerSlam. Braun Breaker, for me, I'm putting all my chips into it. I say he beats Sami Zayn, and that's an early SummerSlam prediction in this video. I just think Braun Breaker deserves it. A couple of small little things here. Jey Uso beats Carlito. What are we doing with Jey? What are we doing with Jey Uso? There's no direction there. Is he going to be involved in the Rhea stuff? Is he going to help fight off the new bloodline? What's Jey doing? I love Jey. What do you guys think about Jey? I enjoy Jey. I like Jey Uso. But every week, it's kind of like the dude's just there. The crowd loves him. They get hyped for his entrance, but what is he actually doing? We also get a backstage segment here with Zoe Stark and Sonya and Baszler. They attack Selena Vega, who's like in an arm cast, an arm sling. If Vega is not cleared, why is she here? Doesn't WWE just sent Punk gone for months? They had Drew go for a little bit. I mean, anybody who gets hurt in WWE, they're gone. They're not there. They're off TV. And you got Vega who's walking around backstage in a cast. Can she not just go home? What the hell? Would they attack her backstage? They hurt her arm, and yeah, they have to get separated or whatever. That faction, by the way, needs a name. What's the name? It can't be just Sonya and the gang, Sonya and friends. Sonya and company. We need a faction name for these three. We get a vignette of Liv Morgan backstage. Well, she's kind of in the parking lot near one of the trucks and stuff, and it happens to be in front of a truck that has Dominik's face plastered all over it, and she's crying, and she's in front of she's burning stuff in a pit. She's burning pictures of Dom, burning T-shirts of Dominik, saying that that Dom is not the man she thought he was, and instead he's Rhea's little bitch. Not my words. Not my words. That's Liv Morgan's words, and she says she's gonna make Dom and Rhea's life a living hell, and yeah, she's gonna hear those three little words at SummerSlam, Women's World Champion. I love this. This was done nicely from Liv. I think this is all we really saw of her tonight. She didn't really come out and do anything. It was nicely done, effective backstage vignette for Liv Morgan. We got Sammy versus Dominik. Match ends in DQ. JD McDonough and Carlito come in and interfere and cost the match. They start to beat up on Sammy after the match. Jey Uso comes out, makes the save, and then I guess they get fought off. They get thrown out of the ring. Jey goes diving over them and then knocks them out. Sammy gets attacked from behind from Braun Breaker, and then Braun Breaker's gets fought off by Sammy. He ran off those ropes so fast, and Sammy hit him with a boot. I thought that was a pretty sweet moment. And then Sammy stood tall. It's okay. Sammy could stand tall at the end of Monday Night Raw because Braun Breaker is going to stand tall at SummerSlam with that title. I'm saying Braun Breaker wins. He's got to win. He has to. And I guess maybe if Braun Breaker... you know what? I'll just say it here. I was going to say it in the other video. But if Braun Breaker beats Sami Zayn for this Intercontinental Championship, maybe Sammy and Jey go for the tag team titles? Maybe. By the way, Sonya, Baszler, and Zoe beat Katana, Chance and Carter. I don't even know their names. Chance, Carter, and Lyra. And they beat them. We've talked about it. I've talked about it with you guys. I don't like that Lyra's here doing this with them. I really don't. I don't know why you called up Lyra just to have her team up with these two. I mean, entertaining, they can be. Yeah, sure, they can be entertaining, but it's not enough for me. I really had high hopes for Lyra. She beat Io Sky. I mean, I was like, okay, we got the ball rolling here. She looked great in that Queen of the Ring tournament. I thought this was going to be gangbusters. I thought she was going to go right away, but no. I mean, she is just hanging out with Chance and Carter and feuding in this. I don't like it at all. Cool thing that happened though. Damage Control showed back up. Confronted Sonya and her friends. And then, so Damage Control's back. Are they going to be a face now? I don't know. That'd be an interesting little turn there. A little, Damage Control being baby faces. I don't know. They might be riding the line of it, like, kind of heel, kind of baby face, or maybe they're still heel. It was just kind of a cool moment. Something like that doesn't really happen. You got a heel faction with Sonya, and then Damage Control comes out. One of them is going to have to be good, and I don't think it's going to be Sonya because they just became this dominant, like, threatening force. So maybe this is kind of the change that Damage Control might have needed here with them going babyface. Or maybe they don't at all. The way I looked at it, the way they looked like they were coming out looking like they were going to get cheered and all that kind of stuff. So maybe, I don't know. I'm a little confused about it, to be honest with you. And then our main event, of course, Gunther versus Finn Balor. A great match. This is the first time I've seen them square off. I don't know if they've ever fought each other around the world somewhere else in a different promotion, but this is the first time I've seen them face each other, definitely in WWE. They had a great match, man. I mean, I love Balor. I want Balor to get a title run at some point. I mean, like a big title run. World Heavyweight Championship. I would love that for Balor. I think it's long overdue for the guy. But great match. Gunther ends up making Balor pass out. So Balor didn't tap, Balor didn't get pinned. He passed out with like a sleeper hold, a grounded sleeper hold. And then after the match, Gunther tried to keep doing it, but Priest comes out to make the save here. And then the show kind of goes off air with Priest and Gunther fighting and brawling. I'm okay with everything here. I'm okay with this whole Monday Night Raw. Actually moved pretty nicely for me. And you know what? To be honest, SmackDown has kind of been a little pedestrian. I keep using that word. It's been kind of like okay, but Monday Night Raw has been carrying it, man. Monday Night Raw has been hitting every single week lately, and I definitely like that. And big props to Gunther and Priest because I think they've gotten people involved in this feud and invested in this feud when I don't think a lot of people really thought it was going to be that great. I mean, they're doing great work here, and I'm actually really looking forward to their match at SummerSlam. I think it actually might be a sleeper pick here. I think it might be a sleeper match. It could potentially be one of the best matches of the night, and I'm definitely here for that. But my friends, that's going to be all for right now. Look, I'm going to come out with more videos this week. There's going to be a SummerSlam predictions video. I want to say probably around Thursday. And then, I would love to hear your predictions. If you want to write in some predictions, wickedbittermedia@gmail.com. Hit that email up. Send me some emails. Let me know what you think will happen at SummerSlam. You want to predict the outcome of the matches, some surprises, whatever you want to do. Throw it in there if you'd like. I'll read it on the video as well as giving my predictions for what I think will happen at SummerSlam. You guys have a great rest of the week. We'll be back with more videos, of course. I hope you all enjoy every single day this week. Live it up to the most you can. Until we yeet again, my friends, stay bitter.